Hiya, I got a request to do a legs and glutes video next, so I'm gonna get to that right now. But first of all, you gotta learn to like have full control of your body. So after this video, I would recommend you guys looking up Tinashe's Super Love performance from MTV Wonderland and really like learn to move your body so your fat can like even itself out and stuff. Like this. But on the serious side, having your legs grow takes a lot of time. So what I think the thing I have over other people or some other people is that I'm short, so my legs are like more compact, and then so the muscles aren't as elongated, so they grow like that way more easily. Think of it as like a balloon. Other than that, I also like walked a lot as a kid, so yeah. And whenever there's an opportunity to take stairs, take those stairs. It sort of helped that my university was built on top of a hill. So to get to that hill from the parking lot was a very steep staircase, very tall, steep staircase. So if you're new to watching this, I use a checklist and I use my Google Keep app to do that. And I'll put a picture of it on the side, and I actually have videos this time since I found it really difficult to not do it without taking my tripod to the gym, so yeah. But anyways, let me get to it. Also, for like a nice butt, I don't really know a quicker way to get a nicer butt. You just have to really work on your legs. Squats are obviously the thing, but I don't use the squat rack or the other one, the actual squatting thing, I don't know what it's called. But yeah, I'll show in the video what I use, and I don't even go that heavy because, as I've said before, I don't like trying to do like my utmost limit or personal best because I'm definitely afraid of hurting myself. So yeah, because like hurting yourself, it puts you like a couple weeks behind what you could have done if you just like try to really just work on it. I don't know, like, how do you describe this? You do your personal best without trying to like really exceed it. Yeah, that's what I do. Basically, I do it for so long that I'll feel like I can go heavier this time, and that's how I go. I know I can go up. I don't know, I'm sounding funny right now. Okay, so anyways, before I take too long, how I start it is that on my leg days, I basically use the chest fly machine first, since that's the machine people like to like really use. So whenever it's free, I basically run to it and use it first. There's no real like reason for it because like unlike the bench press, that's when like I'm the strongest and I can really press like 445 plates. But yeah, there's no real reason for that. And for most of these, I go pretty light. It's just the leg press and the shrugs, I guess I do pretty heavily. But yeah. So it's basically the chest fly machine but backwards. I do it pretty lightly, and I basically start at 70 pounds, and then I'll do my like highest, which is 100, and then I'll go back to 70 but put the 5-pound weight down to just make it more of a little greater challenge, and then 80, and then I'll go to 90 and then move the 5-pound weight back up and do 85. So it's relatively light. I've seen people do more. But yeah, if you wanted to see how this works or try to do it at home, if you have a bench or something to lie on, it's basically going like this. And going like that. This is so. But if you have a bench or something, it'll be way easier because using a chair is like so difficult. So afterwards, I just make my way to the reverse leg curl, rear leg curl, because it's the closest machine, and it's also one of those popular machines, so I like to get those out of the way. The rear leg curl machine, there's other machines like it. There's one that's like you are in a sitting position and then you go like that. But I don't really like using that one because it feels unnatural. So I use the rear leg curl one. For that machine, my highest right now is like 90 pounds. Yeah, that's not impressive. And I basically start at 60, go to 80, and then 90, and then 70, and then 80 again. So usually I do like my highest one in my second and third repetition, set, yeah. And then afterwards I do another shoulder exercise, because if you don't already know, I do leg, shoulder, leg, shoulder, leg, shoulder, just so that my muscle groups can have an adequate amount of time to rest. And so my next shoulder exercise is usually the shoulder machine. It's called the lateral delt raise in the most proper term. So it's basically people going like this. You'll see people in the free weight area do something like this, and that's basically it. But I'm using a machine because it's much more easier, and yeah, I don't really care for like a personal best or whatever. I just want to get the workout done and not hurt myself. And with the free weights, it requires way more like concentration and muscle control, so yeah. But if you have the time, free weights is probably the better option. So after my shoulder machine, I like to use the leg extension machine, which is very popular on Instagram, I guess, or on BodyFeed anyways. But yeah, it's just the machine that people like to use to show like the definition in their thighs, like goes like that. For me, the highest I go, I don't even know the weight for it because I use the hoist machine. Now, because that one's like the least, it takes the least amount of effort to customize, because there's other ones that has like a lot of cranks. Yeah. But I think it's like 150 or something. It's like, that one's like ranked between colors, so blue is like intermediate and then white is like the hardest. But I go basically to the last of the blues right before the whites. I think that's the color. I forgot to mention that my leg days are pretty much my shortest workout days besides cardio days, because I guess it's the least amount of workouts, but also because those days are very like taxing on my legs. So if you do try this, you'll probably be like shaking a little bit when you use stairs afterwards, or at least I do. But yeah, I finished my leg days usually within 2 hours, and then my other 2 days I exceed 2 hours, but it's like not that long, maybe like 2 hours and 15 minutes or something. And then my shortest days are my cardio days, which is like 1 hour of cardio and then 30 minutes of abs. So where was I? So after my leg extensions, I move on to the shoulder press machine, but I do it in the reverse way. And I'll show it in the video afterwards. And I don't really know why, I just do it because it's a variation and I just really want to like have my shoulders grow in the most like even way possible. I don't know if that makes sense. You know, like how some people have like nicer chests than others because they actually like worked all the areas of it, you know? And I saw like a dude do it, I saw like a hot dude do it, and yeah. And then basically, if your gym doesn't have that machine specifically, I know the hoist machine is pretty difficult to do because it's so ergonomic, like the chair actually moves with you. I would just use the hammer strength machine, and then I would do it one arm at a time because that one's a little stranger to do because the actual handles of it are curved in such a way that it's hard to do it the other way, so I just like to go like it's basically going like this, and then I just go like that. But when I do it reverse, I do it pretty light because it's pretty difficult to do like do it in a way. It's pretty difficult to do it in the amount of weights that I do it facing forward. I don't know, I'll show you later. Because I did record myself doing it with four 45-pound weights. So after the reverse shoulder press, that's when I walk over to the free weight area and start on my, I guess it's like my favorite machine because I feel the strongest at it. But then I see other people do like a ton of 45 weights on it, but they barely move their legs. So when I use the leg press machine, I look at the little stopper thing and I basically use my legs to stop right before it hits it because I don't know, I just think it's weird that it would bounce back if I do that. Yeah, I just stop right before it, but sometimes I'm so weak that it hits it anyways, but yeah. And my heaviest is like, well, it's 2 45s on one side and then 135. But yeah, 5 sets of 8. I used to do 4 sets of 10. Afterwards, I like to use the shrug machine because there's only one of those and like 4 shoulder press machines. So I go do shrugs. And shrugs are basically for like the muscle behind the clavicle bone, like right here. But I don't go too hardcore on it because I don't want like a big thing right here, you know? But yeah, it just helps the shoulder part look nicer. Yeah. For that one, it's pretty easy, so I start with 4 45 pounds and then I work my way up to 4 45 pounds and 2 35 pounds on each side. And then after 2 sets of that, I go down a little bit, so I'll take away 20 pounds and then just replace those 35 pounds with 25 pound ones. Yeah. So after my shrugs, I move on to the hack squat machine, or well, I don't do the hack squat machine anymore. It was what I used before. I started using the free motion squat, and basically you're doing a squat, but it's assisted a little bit because it helps your motion, and you can set a stopper if you can't go beyond a certain point, but I take out the stopper anyways. But yeah, I used to use the hack squat machine and it helps you because you're on like a guided rail. But I've never actually squat. I used to use those to squat, like the dumbbells, but yeah, those are so light that I can fall back and I'll be okay. But yeah, this is basically the workout that like helps your butt, I guess. Besides stairs, I'm pretty sure I give stairs the greatest credit because that's what I used to play on a lot. Like I just run up and down the stairs in my room, and yeah, I did a lot of stairs and that's great. Technically that would be my last, well not my last like workout. Sometimes I skip the calf machine just because there's someone on it or there's someone near it and I don't want to work on it. Yeah. So after that, I would go to the hammer strength overhead press machine, and that would be my last shoulder workout, which would workout is mainly focusing on like this part. But you know, as you push up, you're using your triceps, and there's like secondary muscles. And that one I go pretty heavy on because I don't find it challenging to not go heavy on those, or heavy on that. Afterwards, I would go on a calf raise machine. I used to actually do that first because I find it most time consuming since I do 8 sets of it. But calves was never really a focus for me anyways because I always had like bigger calves than other people. After the calf machine on my list, you'll see that there's a 5 sets of 8 for the inner and outer thigh machine, but since my leg up workouts are so like taxing on the legs that I don't usually do them because the squats are so exhausting that I just stop there. But if you want to, that would add some time and make you pass the 2-hour mark. But yeah, basically it's like giving birth, like you're basically doing this in and out. And I used to do it before I attempted to do squats. I recommend stretching for that because it's pretty taxing. But yeah, like I don't go too heavy anyway since I don't want to have a hard time finding pants, so hopefully this is helpful. Yeah, I don't know, my legs aren't that like nice or anything, but I do like them. I do appreciate them more now since I'm pretty like squat looking, and it kind of balances my body out. Because you know, like, you can totally tell when someone skips those leg days. So yeah, hopefully my next video will be the bicep and back one, and there will actually be gym videos for that. And I'm hoping, or actually planning to redo my chest and tricep one, since I went to the gym yesterday and I totally regret not taking my tripod that day because it was so empty. So yeah, anyways, peace. And do you see that 2 exist package in the back? Next video. Bye.